Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing? Becky Raney here, and we're looking at day 52 of our Leadership and Duplication Challenge. And today we're going to talk about individual crushes. And, we've over time have built our teams and added people to, say, for example, our WhatsApp group or our Facebook group or our Facebook page or our email list and doing group kinds of communications so that we can master our time, right? And there's a time in a day that that's really helpful for you, and then there's a time in a day that that is so not helpful for you. And I would have to say that there's like a season where you would really want to take this on and really reach out to everybody on your team and talk to them, see what's going on. And I think that that season that you want to do that is perfect right now towards the end of the year, like November, December. And so, what you want to do is you want to look at your back office. And with the doTERRA website, you can actually download everybody. Um, I actually like to go to the spreadsheet. I like to sort the spreadsheet by the city, the region, by their last 6-month orders, the last order date, the enrollment date, and their rank. Like if they're a wholesale customer, if they have a rank. And I like to copy all that and paste it in a spreadsheet. I love the Google Docs spreadsheet. It's amazing. Um, I find that with Microsoft products, it just takes forever to load on my computer, and it's harder for me to share those things. So I can take this list. Now, if you have over 200 people, it's recommended to break up that list with your legs. So, like if you have three different top leaders on your legs and help divvy up the responsibilities, who you've enrolled, who they've enrolled, and so forth, right? And what you're going to do is the assignment is that you're going to book as many, and hopefully every single one of these people on your back office. Now, you're going to call them and you're going to say, "Hey, how's it going? How was 2023 for you? I know it's been a while since we've spoke, but I just wanted to check in and see how things are going. And how was 2023 for you? What are your goals for 2024? Is there any questions I can answer for you? Are you familiar with the new products that are available now? Um, and would you be willing to host a class?" I mean, of course, you're going to want to check in with them, see what's going on in their life, and really get related, connect with them, listen to them, repeat back to what they're saying, and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize your uncle had passed away," or, "Is there anything I can do to help you with that?" And measure where their level of mindset is, right? Maybe some people are going to, "Oh no, I'm fine." They're going to push back. Some people are going, "Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to call you." Some people are going to be, "Man, I've been really wanting to build a business, but I just don't know how to get started." People are going to be in a different level of conversation. And I'm going to share something with you. I feel like, since we sold our print shop and over the last 3 years, that I've been kind of like sometimes, and I know it's not true, and it's 100% not true, but sometimes you're left feeling like you're alone, right? And I'm going to share a story with you. Sometimes it's like a long journey, you've been running really hard, and you really ran out of gas. And, I noticed a lot of my team members have enrolled a lot of people, and then those people fall off. They're not as activated or interested anymore. Even including like, my mom's team or people in India, it doesn't matter. People's behaviors are the same. That if they're not being touched or reached out to or having active campaigns going on that's engaging them, then they're not going to be interested. People have busy lives. They've got kids going to school, they've got things happening, work, schedules, church. I mean, we pile on a lot of stuff that we do in our life. And in a lot of ways, it keeps us really active in the community. but in a lot of ways, it really pulls us away from what we really want the most. And so having your dreams and your thoughts really carried forward with conversations with people is really important. And so, what I mean by that is when you have these one on one calls, if you had 100 people on your team and between now and the end of the year, you spoke to every single one of them. And the way these calls are going to work is you're going to put them on a Zoom. Don't just do a FaceTime. Now, FaceTime or video chat does work, but it's not as impactful as a one on one Zoom. And you're going to schedule 30 minutes with them. And it's really important to share with them, like, that they matter, that their concerns matter. And what you can do when you're on a Zoom is you could share your screen and maybe answer some of the questions. Maybe they're stuck on ordering. Maybe they don't understand what the loyalty reward program is. Maybe they just needed to know about a product. Maybe you want to share with them some protocols or some of the apps to download. Now, when we're talking about this, um, it's really important to think about how your systems are. Like, are you using your notes window on your computer to add all of those things? Do you have a folder where you have maybe the PDF of the class, um, all the business information, the live guide, the share guide, the build guides? Do you have all these readily available that if you had somebody on Zoom, you could open it up and walk through them with answering their questions? So, your first assignment is get that in order, get those structures in order. Maybe to start with the class and the build guide. Okay. And then you're gonna get on the phone and you're gonna start calling everybody on your back office and say, "Hey, I'd like to schedule a 30-minute Zoom with you. I wanted to see how you're doing, catch up with you, show you some of the new products that just got announced at convention, and hear what's going on in your life. Let's get connected." And a program that you can use as a calendar scheduler. Now, it's not important. It does have a cost to it. You can always just use your day timer, but you could always use a program called Candly. And let me bring that up real quick for you. Let me see if I can find it. And it's a great program. I'm still trying to work with it a little bit. um, let's see if I can pull it up here. Of course, it's not going to let me because I'm doing something live, right? Yeah, it's not gonna let me. But Candly, let's see here. I'll put the link in the chat here so you guys could see what I'm talking about. This program here. So Candly is a program that you can attach to your calendar and you can have people pick a time slot. So maybe you only have Fridays from 1 to 3. And so you schedule the Candly that those are your windows of half-hour schedules. And then when you're talking to them, say, "Hey, let me just send you a link to my calendar and you schedule what day works best for you." And you can program the Zoom link to send it to them automatically so they have it and you could tell them, and it's all systems help speed things up, right? But if you're able to talk with people through your whole list, you'll be shocked on how impactful and how almost double yourselves in just creating that connection with all of your people. Many people quit just because they're not being reached out and talked to. And you'll be shocked on how much of that really is going on. Some people have not even opened up their first package, and that just blows me away. Um, okay, so I want to continue this conversation here. Um, at the convention, at our team meeting during the India convention, we had a lunch meeting, and I talked about your integrity. I talked about your superpowers. And You can go back and forth for feeling like you're alone, you're out of energy, and you're paddling this canoe all by yourself in the fog. It's cold, wet, dreary. And when you first got into the canoe, you had to get balance. You had to figure out, oh, it's really hard to to get your balance in a canoe. And then you get the paddle, and then you're trying to make sure you paddle without tipping over. Believe me, it is hard. I have a kayak, and it is hard to get that balance. But once you do, then you're able to kind of move forward. But even if you're able to have balance in the canoe, moving forward with the fog and the haziness, it's really hard to know how to move forward. So I'm bringing this up because how many people that you've signed up, how many people on your team feel this way? Like they don't know how to get in the canoe because you did not show them. They don't know where to paddle to because you did not show them. And in a lot of ways, why is it that you did not show them? Because you were too busy, because you didn't think they cared, you made a decision about it, and actually it is a decision that you made. And so when you think about um, the decision you made, it actually makes you be alone. It actually makes you feel like this, exhausted, because you are doing all the work for them, and then you did all this work to get them to enroll, and then they disappeared. And that's just like the horribleness of of our business is that you have and only can blame you for that. And so the good thing is you can recreate, you can reinvent and call. And so this is what this whole individual crushes assignment is to get on the phone and call everybody in your back office. Call everybody. Now some of you may have only 3 people because you just got started. Some of you may have 100 people. Some of you may have 600 people. Some of you may have 2,000 people. No, I don't know about that right now. But yeah, if you can imagine what it's like to have a boat full of people, because you've graduated from the canoe to a boat, and they're all spilling over, falling in the water, and you're trying to manage this boat, and it's really difficult. I love this picture because it's so true, right? And if you feel like this with your team, then oh my gosh, you are not thinking big enough. How many of these people are leaders? Could you have other people with sticks in their hands helping push the boat? What would that be like if you were able to? And for them, they feel so great because they're supporting, they're helping, they're moving forward with their business, they're learning, they're growing, right? And and I really want to have you think about thinking bigger than what you know yourself to be. I want you to think about how what it would be like if um I was talking with Eric Worre on his training. He was talking about having classes at his house where the people who are showing up are people who want to make $1 million, $1 million a month, $1 million a month. That's not $1 million a year. Even if you were thinking about, um, how much money you make with this kind of team, it may take you 10 years to get to $1 million. So I want to encourage you to actually think what it takes to be a leader that actually runs this ship. We're not talking about a kayak. We're not talking about a boat or a raft. We're talking about a cruise line that has so many amazing things going on. And if you were able to call everybody on your downline right now and talk to them, share with them, connect with them, get them on a Zoom. Zoom is where it's at. So everybody here on this watching this should have a Zoom account. It's free. For up to 40 minutes you can do a Zoom call. And usually, if the Zoom call cuts you out because you went past 40 minutes, I would let people know, hey, we're getting on to the 40 minutes. And if you get cut off, just jump right back on that same link and let's continue our conversation. But if you are being intentional, you want to be respectful of their time as well and be and get through that call and get to the next call and get to the next call because you're wanting to really make sure that you're reaching to everybody. I will guarantee you that your sales will double. People are going to like, oh, they're going to you're reminding them about doTERRA. You're reminding them how to use the oils. You're reminding them why they joined in the first place. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're actually going to, basically what you're doing is you're reactivating them, find out what's going on in their life, tell them what's going on in your life, give them an assignment. So hopefully by now, you could be thinking through what that assignment could look like. It could be, hey, would you be willing to come on our Thursday Zoom calls that we have on trainings? Would you be willing to host a class for me? Do you have people in your life you'd love to share the oils with? Or do you have three people you could give me a referral to? Do you want to go for coffee? Do you want to think about coming to convention next year? There's so many ways you can ask a question, but you need to vet them or interview them in some respects with your questions on where their mindset is and put the level of conversation that fits with where their needs are. Some people are not ready for the ship. Some people are still struggling with this. And if that's the case, then what trainings do you know that can help them move forward to the next level, right? What trainings? Now, one of the things that I really have tried to talk to everybody about is doing weekly mentor calls. And, you know, these mentor calls are really powerful. They're accountability. And accountability is really so it's great because we can get out of our head, we're accountable to someone else. And actually, even in our leadership, Becky's India leadership group or our Facebook leadership group, um, to call people out, like compete against each other. Yeah, I've got 10 of my calls done. I've got 20 of my calls done. And congratulate each other, support each other, lift each other up to help them recognize their value, to recognize their superhero inside themselves, and to be able to really grow and maintain, you know, the training that it needs to be able to be on a ship like this. Now, if you can imagine being the ship, the on the deck for the captains running the ship, he probably has somebody running the crew. He has somebody running the cleaning, somebody who's doing the cooking management, somebody who's doing all the cargo management, somebody who's managing all the guests, somebody who there's a place for everybody, but he can't do it all alone. He's got all these different people who are actually scheduling all these different things and working on all these different things. And probably even inside that, if you look at the kitchen, for example, they probably have 3 different shifts: lunch, breakfast, dinner, like all the different shifts, desserts, um, special events. Like maybe there's people who are renting a hall for a wedding or something. There's all these things that are going on this crazy ship. It's like its own little city. And if you can visualize your business like that, you can visualize what your business is like to be on a cruise ship with all these things going on. How is your integrity going to be able to be managing that? And you want to be able to, excuse me. So the bigger your team is, you want to break it down on evaluating those people on the team on who are capable and committed to doing the business. Start with them first and then delegate the responsibilities to them as well to call their downline. Make it a challenge. Let go of the bad energy. If people say, blah, okay, you don't need to have that energy. And just say, thank you so much for your time. And let me know if you have any questions down the road. I'll talk to you soon. And just hang up. Um, So, when you think about the $1 million a month conversation, what mindset do you need to have to get there? I will guarantee you don't even know. And you need to start really training your brain with these little steps, with what it takes to actually develop, what it takes to be from here to here to here, and then what it takes to train your downline to be from here to here to here. Now, if you can imagine having 10 people on your downline all running cruise ships, how incredible that would be, right? So, I want to challenge you to think about again how important this individual crush is going to be and to commit to doing it every year or twice a year. And at the end of the year is a really good time because a lot of people are always looking at their goals. You could say, here's my vision. You're going to here's my belief in you, and here's the help that I'll give you. And are you in or are you not? And being able to empower them to make a decision. Um, so, again, Zoom crushes are better than phone calls. You want to document each person that you talk to. You're going to evaluate their level of activity, what their orders are every month. You're going to evaluate what they're earning, what their goals are. You're going to evaluate if they're willing to run 2 hours a week, 10 hours a week, and put them in the proper spots so that that way you have, because you're going to have the systems. We talked about that too recently, right? Um, you're going to evaluate the growth that they have every month, and you're going to create the evidence. Listen to that. You're going to create the evidence. The evidence is very important because you're going to need that evidence to create and grow um, this. I've noticed that when I see, like, for example, Matt Hall, who enrolls like 20,000 people a month, what's happening, it's not him, it's the whole team, right? So if he has all these leaders on there and they're all doing what we just talked about, um, that duplication is just going massively. And you can see how your influence changes when you can brag about that with that evidence. Like, I have 20,000 people. That evidence creates more excitement and more belief and more empowerment for people to grow on your business. And so that is so exciting, you guys. That's really where we want to get and where we're going. So, this is a recruiting process. You enrolled them or somebody enrolled them on your team, you're re-engaging them, you're having your volume actually double because of all this in re-engagement, all these new conversations that you're talking about, and you're going to give them a chance to step forward and lean into what's empowering for them. So again, today was class 52, and I hope this was helpful for you. And I'm really looking forward to sharing with you what's going to come on for class number 53. It's really a great one. And so stay tuned. You guys, you're doing amazing. Let's keep moving forward. And this class assignment is actually landing on a weekend. So I'm giving you guys the 3 days to really get all those appointments scheduled, and really between now and the end of the year. And if you have 200 people on your team, get them all called. If you have 10 people on your team, get that done this week. Because if you were able to get that done this week, think about it. If they were going to host a class for you, then you're doubling your volume just right with that. You're doubling your opportunities, you're doubling your network, you're making things happen. And so get on this, don't delay. And if you are stuck, reach out to me. Say, hey, Becky, I'm really like, I'm stuck. Call me. Let's make an appointment and I will give you some talking points. Maybe we could do a three-way call. Let me know what works for you and let's help you get past the stuckness of this actual task so that you can actually have this in your life. I am so committed to this being part of what you're up to. Let's make it happen, you guys. All in on oils. Give me a like and a thumbs up on this video so I know you watched it. And we look forward to 2024.